What's up, Veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another episode review. And yes, you get another review today, and it is a episode review to Goosebumps episode, but not the original Goosebumps, the new show that came out on Disney Plus. So we're gonna talk about the episode today, the first episode of the series, and everything. So before we get to the actual talk, the synopsis of the episode and everything. I want to talk about the show for just itself for a second. So this show is an anthology show this time around. Sorry, not an anthology show. It's like not. It's I'm pretty sure it's an overarching story each episode over the course of the series. At least so far, it seems that way. I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to be this time around. But like each episode is based on a Goosebumps book or episode, whichever one you want to say. But let's go ahead and read the synopsis for the first episode, which is titled "Stay, Cheese, and Die," based on the Die book or episode. I don't even think I've reviewed that episode yet on the channel. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think I have. All is going well for Isaiah. He's the star quarterback and a popular kid at school. But when he helps throw a Halloween party in the Biddle house, he discovers an old camera in the basement, and his life begins to spiral when he starts using it. Now going into this, I did not know what to expect in this first episode. I did not know. One, I was really disappointed to not see like a revamped version of the of the original Goosebumps intro. That would have been really cool to see, like a revamped version of the Goosebumps intro. That would have been really cool to see. That didn't happen, and it was a little disappointing to see that happen, or that not happen. But I did enjoy the first episode though, because going into I thought maybe like it was gonna. One thing I was really upset because starts off with a scene in the '90s, and then it jumps to current day, and I was like, oh, they should have set the whole thing in the '90s, but I guess they didn't. That's more like an homage to the original. I don't know. But the contents of this episode itself, I want to talk about like, how it implements the stuff from the original story, and I feel like it's done all right. It's definitely done differently than it is in the book and episode, because it's not really a massive point in it until like halfway through the episode. Like we don't get like we get a decent introduction to all our characters and kind of an idea of what these characters are going to be going through throughout this series and their character dynamics and everything, and who. And I also want to point out, me being a Miraculous fan, there is literally a scene where a character is wearing a Cat Noir costume. I am not joking. Um, but it and also this is actually a lot more. I guess I don't know if I want to use the term adult, but definitely a lot more. I guess gory or anything. Like it's definitely the show's rated TV 14, but still, like for that, like they're able to show. I'm super surprised. Like example, what is The Walking Dead rated? What is Walking? Oh, so that's also rated TV 14. Okay, so it has the same rating as The Walking Dead, which is something I was not expecting for this series. Like, literally a scene where someone's trying to pry something open and they cut their hand. Like they show it. Like they show like a good like close up on. It. I'm like, and there's another point in the episode where something is shown. I'm like, wow, that's. And not only that, this is on Disney Plus too. So it's a little bit of a shock that yes, I know Deadpool is on Disney Plus and everything, whatever. Um, But like, yeah, it was super surprising to see something like that, especially with it being. So this is definitely a more grown up Goosebumps, which I definitely like. I kind of like. I kind of always wanted a more grown up Goosebumps. Because we did get the movies a few years ago that weren't really grown up. They were still very kid oriented. This is definitely a more grown up take on Goosebumps, and I'm super excited to see what is gonna happen. This episode itself, though, I feel like it's a fine setup. We get like the dynamics of the characters, kind of getting that feeling for like what characters you're not gonna like, what characters you're gonna like. I feel like it's a decent setup for an episode, for a start of a series. It does a good job with that. The characters are pretty decent. Um, I think they are setting up certain characters for you to like, certain characters for you not to like. Um, I'm very curious if they're gonna like kill anyone off in this series. I'm very curious that's gonna be a thing because we already know the show's rated TV 14, so but it's something that's super duper interesting to think about. But what do I give the there's no reviews of the episode on Disney Plus, so I can't really talk about that. But I will go ahead and say this. I'm gonna go ahead and give this episode a solid 3 out of 5. I think it's a solid start to a series. I don't want to give it too high, but I think a solid 3 out of 5 is a solid place to put it. Um, um, and it's the show's pretty good so far. I'm enjoying. Um, but that's really all I have to say for this review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.